My name is Kale, and today we'll show you how to make a Voice Rolloff Regulator. What it basically does is if that little lever right here, or whatever you call it, is all the way down, no one will be able to hear you. If this is all the way up, then everyone will be able to hear you from everywhere. If this is in the middle, then just near people will be able to hear you. I can't hear people that's very far away, but what I can hear are people standing right next to me. And I'm going to show you today how to do that. So, what we first going to do is making this lever go up and down. And it's always staying there where you put it. It's okay if it's glitching around a bit, but that don't really matters. What we need for that is a RecRoom object get all tag, with all tag, and get element, a get position, a vector split, an add chip, a piston set distance, a event receiver with update 30 Hz on it, oops, an animation gizmo, and a piston V2. Now I'm gonna let that out. You can also use this here, just to make it look better. You can learn how to build something in classes, just like the Mastery Academy, the best class ever. But you can also use other classes, so long as it's a building class. So, how to do the lever is pretty simple. We need first the building of it, the little lever on the front that's moving, and the little cube that we can grab. So, what we're going to do is getting our configure tool and press configure on this little cube. They should appear on your palette, something like this. Next step is you go on add tags, you press on add tags, and now type in any tag you want, so long as you can still remember it. I'm just going to call it GYY, because I want it to. Next step, you're going to take your move tool and move this little thing on here. I don't care wherever it is. And now you're going to take your little cube and put it in the lever. Right here. Now don't grab it. You need that for later. Now you need a get RecRoom object or with tag, or whatever you call that. So you're going to take your configure tool and you press configure on that purple box. And you're going to change the tag to your tag that you just typed in. On mine it's GYY. Right here. And you're going to put that somewhere where you can't forget it. Next up, you need a get element. You're going to put that right here. And what you do now is getting your wire tool and wire objects with tag to list. Just like this. So what it basically does is it's getting the first object from the list. Watch this one object, because it's only this cube in this room. Next up, you're going to get a get position. It's just getting the position of the little cube. That's right here. This is very important so it knows when it has to go up or down. Next up, you're going to get a vector split. This is just giving us the coordinates just in float, so we can edit them. Make sure to wire position to vector. It's very important. Now you're going to get an add chip, and you're going to wire the add to the Y. Now we can add height, or we can take away height and make the piston go lower. Now we're going to get a piston set distance. We're going to put it right here, and we're going to wire sum to value. Right there. And now we're going to get the most important thing, the piston itself. So what you're going to wire is, you're going to wire the target to the top of the piston, just like this. So it should, this wire should exist. So this chip knows which piston you need to use. And the last chip you need is a event receiver. Just search up event receiver, press configure on it, and choose update 30 Hz. Now you're going to wire that execution out to the execution and the piston. And now you see the piston instantly moved. What it basically is, it's sending 30 outputs per second. So the piston gets moved 30 times per second if this position changes. What it's not doing right now, because it doesn't touch the cube. Next step, you're gonna add the add chip. You can put any number in there. As lower the number, as lower the piston goes. As higher the number, as higher the piston goes. So if the piston is too high or too low, just edit this number, and the piston will be right on your side. Add now a little CV1 gadget that hopefully gonna be enabled in CV2 later. We're gonna get a animation gizmo. We're gonna wire the downer side from the animation gizmo to the piston top. There should appear this wire. So whenever we move the piston, the animation gizmo will get moved with. Okay. So what we're gonna do now is wiring this little thing to our little cube. Make sure to not wire anything else. This little cube. Ha! Got it! So, and now what's gonna happen if we grab it, it's always gonna stay there. So we can move it wherever we want. So, but we want that this is moving with us, right? We're just gonna take our wire tool again and wire the big thing to the piston. That is important. And now this is moving with us. It's gonna stay on the position we have. And this is how to make a little regulator thing. Next up, we're gonna do the roll-off. You're seriously sleeping while I'm... What we need to do now is making the roll-off system. And this is a bit more complicated. And now I'm going to tell you how to do this. What it basically is, it's getting every player of the room and it's taking every of them. It's like unpacking the list. So now these here, they're not wired by now. What they're actually doing is checking the position. And if this position is lesser than, let's just say 50, then the S1 row get added and the rest of the rows S2, S3, S4, 5 are getting taken away. Here the S1, S2 row getting added and S1, S3, S4, S5 are getting taken away. This is actually it, and I'm going to show you how to do that. What we need to do that is getting a get all player chip. We also need a for each. Then we need a if chip. We need to get a less or equals. We need a player add roll. And a large remove player roles. What we're gonna do is wiring players to items. What it basically does is unpacking this list. After that, we're gonna wire loop to the if chip. I'll put that a bit more down. And result to condition. And we're gonna copy the if and the less or equals chip 4 times down, so we have 5 of them. We're gonna now wire then to the start of the if, and another then to the start of the if, then if, then if. So what it's doing is it's checking if that is so low, it's checking if that is more low. If else, then it's giving you the roll. Well, it's kind of complicated. Player add roll and player remove roll. We're gonna put them right there, and we're gonna copy the player remove roll 3 times to the side. So we got 4 of them. And now we're going to select all of them here. And now we're going to wire all of them together. Just like this. What we're going to do now is creating some rolls. Just like this. Roll of 1, roll of 2, roll of 3, roll of 4, roll of 5. We're gonna put them to the side real quick, because we need that space here. So, we're gonna get our configure tool and configure the value of it. And we're gonna type in the first one, roll of 1. So air 1. In the second, we're gonna type in Rolloff 2. In the second, we're gonna type in Rolloff 2. In the third, we're gonna type in Rolloff 3. In the fourth, we're gonna type in Rolloff 4. And in the fifth, we're gonna type in Rolloff 5. Pretty simple. Now we're going to select all of them here, and we're going to copy them down 4 times. So we have 5 at the end. And now what we're going to do is changing this air 1 to an air 2, and in the same line the air 2 to an air 1. The same as down there, we're going to change the air 1 to an air 3, because it's the third line. And we're going to change the air 3 to an air 1. In the fourth line, we're going to change the air 1 to an air 4. And we're going to change the air 4 to an air 1. And in the fifth line, we're going to change the air 1 to an air 5. And we're going to change the air 5 to an air 1. What we're going to do now is wiring the player roll to the second else, player add roll and then 2 to the else, the player add roll 3 to the fourth else, the player add roll 4 to the fifth else, and this to the fifth then. Just like this. Now the first annoying part is wiring all of the targets to the item of the for each. The thing is that you can't just select everything and then you can wire it at once. You need to wire every single one. So I'm going to do that real quick. Okay, after done with that, it should look like this. So the for each should have a big line out of wires. So, and now we come to the second annoying part. Choosing which distance it should have. So, what we're going to do is we're going to put this all the way down, and we're going to spawn in the button feed 2. This little guy here. We're going to also spawn in a toString. This little friend here. And a button set text. So, what we're going to do is wiring the text to the result, the target to the button, and the execution to pressed. And the toString to the add chip. So, what we can do now is getting coordinates of that. So if we put that lower, the number should actually be higher. Yes. If we put that more up, then the number should be lower. And we're going to use that the whole time. So, but we need that, but we don't need that now. First, we need to wire some other stuff. We're going to wire the left or equals the A to the add chip, all of them. And now we need our friend. So what we're going to do is putting the regulator all the way down. That means that everyone is quiet. So we're going to press on that button. We're going to get our configure tool and we'll press configure on the first less or equals. And we're going to type in this number, minus 0.1201383. And we're going to do the same with all the others one. Just that we put it a bit more higher, pressing the button again, pressing configure on the next one, and typing in the number again. Minus 0.052588811. Always check twice if it's right, cause I just made a mistake. Yes, there we go. And the next one. After it did that, the system should already work. So what it's doing right now, it's just giving you the role, these roles. But first you need to configure the roles. You press configure on them, on edit role, and it's going to choose the roll-off. The roll-off for R1 should be all the way down, so everyone's quiet. The second one should be on, let's just say, 5 meters. The roll-off for the D should be on 10 meters. The roll-off for 4 should be on 50 meters. And the roll-off for 5 should be on 500. Here. And that should be already a whole system. If it's not working, then maybe you just need to change the less or equals to greater or equals. It's you can never know which one they will need. If you want to learn more about gadgets or building, you can join the Mastery Academy. It's a cool new class, and sign-ups are going to open every 6 weeks. So if you want to learn something about building and gadgets, just sign up for the class. Have a great day and see ya later!